Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Icon. Thanks so much for checking out another episode of Esports Analysis. Today, we are on board with Envoy as he and the Chicago Huntsmen go to battle against the new lineup from the Seattle Surge. Real quick, before we get into the analysis, if you're not following me on Twitch, go follow me at twitch.tv/IconNationYT. Last night, for about 50 or 60 people, we broke down the finals between Florida and Atlanta of CDL Paris. So tomorrow night, or tonight as you're watching this, we are going to be breaking down the semifinal between Atlanta and Dallas. So if that is something that sounds interesting to you, go follow me at twitch.tv/IconNationYT. I'll answer all of your questions, and we will break down the 5 maps of that CDL Paris semifinal. But with this one, we are on Azhir Cave. We are watching Hardpoint. Interesting note real quick. We're obviously watching Envoy. We're watching him for a reason because he, as of late, has been using that UZI. He's the only person that we have seen do it. He normally only uses it on Gunrunner, but now we're seeing him using it on this map also. So I think it's something that he's just getting more and more comfortable with, and I think we will start to see it on more and more maps. But with that being said, this is a scrim, and the great things about scrim is that we can listen into team talk. So as of late, I've been letting you guys listen in a little bit more, and when I have a breakdown, then I stop the video and I break the video down on a certain screen. So without further ado, this is a fantastic start from Chicago. They're already up by 40 points as it just rotated to P2. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's turn up the video. Let's turn up the audio for the team comms. And when I see something that needs broken down, I'll pause it. But without further ado, let's listen in.
They can be front. KC under one shot.
Yeah, he's inner. He killed me.
Inner, Sam. Oh my god.
Let's push you front. Wait,
I'm already through, guys. I'm already through.
We spawned middle.
They're middle.
Yeah, they're spawning.
Doesn't just spawn middle. Oh,
Okay, they could have spawned P4.
So real quick, let's go ahead. Let's bring up our mini map and let's explain what exactly you're seeing on screen, because Envoy just took a route all the way on the opposite side of the map so that he could set up spawns for P3. So right now, Chicago's currently inside of P2 for the last 13 seconds. They have this back spawn. As this was expiring, what a lot of teams will do is as they try to leave P2 through one of these 3 lanes, most of the time your enemy will cut these 3 lanes off, so it's really hard to get out. That way they can control P3. But what you just saw from Envoy is he totally flanked through B-Dom, Cave West, and now he set up all the way on the opposite side of the map. Major reason why you would do that is because once the hill pops and his teammates can close in on P3, he can pinch from behind and clean up anybody that might be looking in this direction. As they are looking in that direction, that will allow him to pinch, get those kills, get the hill time. Also, what it will do is as this comes to an end, when it pops for P3, he'll be spawning over here. So any of his teammates that die as they're trying to escape will spawn on him on this left-hand side of the map, which makes it beneficial to hold for P3. And also, it's the closest spawn for P4. So when you see him take a route like that all the way around the outside of the map, completely into the other side, that is exactly why he's doing that.
They're on old, guys.
Yo, two front and new. On bridge.
I'm inside red, guys. I'm in red.
Top broken weak and one side broken.
I'm a fold.
Top broken.
You guys can hold your cams.
I think I'm in old. Absy's in yellow.
Spawn? Everyone spawn? Good job. Hit silo control. Go for silo.
I'm on a pinch right now, guys.
As they're about to push the hill right now, that's exactly what we were talking about. He just waited. As soon as P3 popped, his teammates spawned behind them as they died, trying to leave P2. Now they're inside P3. They're getting pushed up, and now that spawn trap is happening against Seattle instead of Chicago being spawn trapped. Perfect execution.
I'm playing God Heady. I'm just gonna play skills.
I need your inner.
I'm gonna rotate. You guys can play the top.
Yo, he's bottom broken, top broken.
Oh,
Bottom
my
broken,
bad.
top broken. Nice
My
shot.
bad,
Still.
Preston.
There you go.
I got 1p1,
Let's go. Let's push it new.
I'm not new.
Yeah.
Push it.
Spawn close.
Everyone
Everybody,
push it.
gotta go. One's gonna be pinching.
I got it.
You don't KC weak.
Gonna be short. I'll set one short.
We can go top.
So far, this is exactly what we had talked about, right? He flipped spawns. They were able to get the dominant spawns for P3 as it's rotating to P4. He also has the dominant spawns. Chicago has the dominant spawns for P4. The thing to look for is that as this counts down from 54 seconds down into the 30 or 20 range, look for somebody from Chicago to flank out because they do have to flip spawns for that dominant P5 spawn. That's the money hill on this hard point.
Short hurt,
Preston
short
hitting
hurt.
up yellow. Me and Preston hitting up yellow. It's fine.
One's left side too.
Go, Preston. Just
Going,
go.
going.
Go, Preston. Go, Preston.
I should have just held there, too.
Fucked up my smoke.
One short.
Yo, he's already on the truck. I should.
One's close left hill, close left
You
hill.
got me. Short. They spawn close.
I'm
Three of
gonna go
them.
new.
Three of them on new. Arnold.
Beat on Proto, one shot.
I'm holding. I'm helping hold.
One
Hitting
short
short.
app. I can't hit him.
Yeah, he
Proto,
challenged me
beat on
too.
this.
I got
Just
one.
side.
Nice.
Can't even see
Apple's
anything,
there,
bro.
apple's
App's
there.
weak
I
short.
can't see shit, dude. One's hitting short.
Go
One's
middle,
right.
go
Right.
middle.
For anybody that's familiar with my content, I say after the first 5 rotations, so after the first set of rotations, if you can get somewhere in the 120 range, we also talked about this a lot on Twitch last night, if at the end of P5 you're somewhere around 120, you're set up really well moving forward to win that map. So as long as Chicago can get inside, even if they don't, if they give up all 60 points, normally that would be a death sentence, but because they did so well on P1 through P4, it would be basically a tie ball game. That's not obviously what they're aiming for, but if they can get close, just kind of capitalize on these closer spawns that they're getting now, they're still going to be set up really well to go forward and win this map as it goes into the second set of rotations.
That makes dead.
One's pushed up front hill.
Another one front hill.
Front dead.
I got 4.
Yeah, get cave.
Drop.
They could be out already.
Nasty
maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna be
3Ps.
Sandbags.
Sandbags.
Cave right
He's
now,
dead.
Casey.
I'm
I
weak.
stun him.
He's dead.
Sandbags. Preston. That's only.
Hold yellow, hold yellow, Seth, hold yellow.
Yeah, they could only go sandbags right now, Preston.
Going short.
Giving you up.
Another one there.
We saw broke this one. They're splitting the cave.
I got him. Oh, I got 4. What
What's
the
yellow?
hell?
Yellow.
Yellow, last guy.
Sheesh. So one of the biggest things for me personally, especially like if I'm playing Warzone or something, I love the MP7 because I feel like I hit all my bullets. When I use the MP5, I don't know, it just doesn't work properly in my brain for some reason. The UZI seems amazing in Envoy's hands. It's just that last 4-piece you saw right there, he just hit every single bullet. Most of them were headshots. It just seems like a gun that was meant to be in his hands.
You can hold top.
Two there. Another one there. One shot. One shot.
One's P5 on me. Yeah, P5 dead. One
Damn.
P5 dead.
No one.
Damn it, yellow.
Top
I'm helping you. I'm helping you. Yellow cut.
no choker in you, Hill.
Looking
He's
stone.
yellow cut.
Yellow cut hurt. Yellow cut hurt.
Up stone, two up stone.
Nading
two
it.
I don't see
He's
stone,
going
he's
for
gonna be
yellow,
broken.
Yellow, dead.
In hill.
Go on pitch right.
One
I
shot.
might,
Let's
I
go,
might have
let's
new
go,
spawns. I
let's
might
go,
have new
let's go,
spawns.
let's
Yeah, they
go.
spawn P5 at least.
Yeah, we spawn here. We spawn P5. We spawn P5.
I'm holding left.
Top beds. Top beds. Top
I'm
beds.
watching it inert.
So right there, let's go ahead. Let's pause it. Let's bring up our mini map for the second time today. So as it rotated to P1, Chicago was spawning in this area. So first things first, they did a really nice job of getting time inside of P1. Normally, that's pretty tough to do. They got like 30 or 40 points inside of P1. You just saw Envoy right there. Well, while they were pushing P1, Seattle was spawning through here and rotating through Cave, trying to get back and contest on P1. As that was happening, Envoy, we saw him push through rugs or through yellow. He pushed through right here. He was able to get inside of Cave East. And as soon as he got close to P2, his teammates spawned up behind him. I know I'm using different color. It is what it is. So they were able to maximize time inside of P1. Down towards the end, they were able to flip spawns for P2. And now they have spawns moving into P2. And this is becoming a super dominant map here for the Chicago Huntsmen.
Dead. P4 spawns. Has P4. Yellow cut. Yellow cut.
One more first.
I'm looking top yellow with you, Alec. I got you.
I have
He's not
time.
there.
Go towards time. I'll
Yes. Start pushing front
I'm
out.
holding yellow. I'm
They're
holding
looking for me in
yellow.
blue.
I'm trying to push
Play
front.
half
I'm
wall,
trying to push
play
front.
half
I'm trying-
Two yellow, two yellow.
Right, he's sandbags or he's
I'm
beds.
holding underpass, guys. I'm holding underpass. Go on underpass. One shot slack.
Beds and yellow cut. Beds and
Come on,
yellow
watch my
cut.
front. Watch my front.
Sam's front. Sam's
No,
front.
no,
Sam's front.
Sam's front weak. Sam's front weak. On the
Proto,
generator.
Damn dead.
Dead. One more
Sam,
underpass.
Nick dead. Nick dead.
Underpass.
They're gonna be underpass on.
I'll get time.
My front two guys. You guys are
Under,
trying to
under, one shot. Two under weak. One
Naded out. Naded out.
Two more here.
Zap. Apple's one shot.
They're gonna be front two. One front.
Nick
front.
weak. Nick weak on the press. He's hitting it. He's hitting. Yep. So start hitting through front. You guys want to hit through front or
Go through front. Go through front.
I got through front. Go front.
Trophies
Go on.
everywhere. God damn.
So one of the things that you're probably realizing right now is that in this matchup on this map particularly, even though Chicago won the majority of this scrim, they have done a phenomenal job of slaying out in those choke points. So as Seattle tried to enter through mid cave, through that underpass cut, they just weren't able to do it. RCs and everybody else, Formal, they just did such a nice job of getting those clutch kills. They didn't even allow Seattle to get close to P2 right there. And now, as it's rotating to P3, they flank through Cave West. Now they're hopping onto P3. They have spawns. They have map control. They're already inside the next hard point. This is just as good as it gets from the Chicago Huntsmen.
Spawn in P5, guys. Spawn in P5.
Don't trophy down.
On broken.
Broken case.
Stone.
Top broken, one shot. Top broken, half out.
Yeah, I'm pushing right side hill.
Yeah, I got you.
Stone, Sam.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Oh, he got me blue.
There's
Actually,
three low hill, guys. Three stone.
I'm looking
I'm looking
blue
right
barrel.
I pinched. I pinched.
yeah, it's
Hey,
nice.
I'm playing this time heavy. We're playing off
Cat,
this.
cat. He's in that.
I'm one
One
shot.
more
I'm
bottom
one
broken.
shot.
I see bottom broken.
One shot.
Broken dead.
Nice.
Just stay on time, we win.
Top broken weak. Top broken weak. Stay down,
Broken, one
press.
shot. Blue barrel's in.
Going down.
Oh, we died. It's all good. I'm coming.
So with about 7 seconds left there in P3, it does look like they sold out. They were really trying to win on P3, second set of rotations right there. Unfortunately, they got killed, but it's definitely not going to hurt them. Now as it's rotating back, they're ending up winning on P4, and this was just an absolutely dominant performance, right? When they needed to break hills, they were able to break. They basically controlled the map and spawn positionings throughout every single hard point that we watched. What did we watch? 9 different hard points, and they basically controlled all of them. Nasty 4-piece there from Envoy. As we look at the scoreboard overall, Envoy was positive 11, Formal positive 6 with a ton of hill time. Pristini also positive 6, Arcity's positive 6, Scump positive 5. When you look down below, Slacked played okay, but Octane was negative 3. Pander was negative 4, Proto was negative 7, Apathy was almost negative 20, almost triple negative. So perhaps Apathy would want to do this one over again. But overall, a great map from Chicago as they controlled rotations, controlled spawns, controlled basically everything on the map. So if you're new around here, first, make sure you go follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be live tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be breaking down a semifinal matchup from CDL Paris, so make sure you go follow me there for that. If you like this sort of coverage of the Call of Duty League, I put out brand new videos every single day breaking down matchups like this, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a like before you head on the way. It really helps out the channel. With that, guys, thank you so much. I will see you in tomorrow's upload.